Hi, this is going to be an update video on missing person Kaylee Jones, and I am so happy to bring the good news that Kaylee has been found alive and well in Georgia, and she will be reunited with her family. We did get an official statement from Carroll County Sheriff's Office, and they did say, quote, "This is a very active, fluid investigation, and no further details will be released at this time due to the sensitive nature of the case. However, let us focus and be grateful and thankful that this young lady is safe." Now, there was a team of dedicated investigators working in conjunction with many law enforcement agencies throughout the state and the country, and they kept working on this case, and they did find Kaylee alive and safe, and she is being reunited with her family. So, this is the best possible outcome, guys. This is exactly what we were hoping and praying for. And I just want to thank each and every one of you that take the time to follow this channel and watch these videos. And there's not a lot of you, but I am grateful for each and every view and each and every person that prays for these children and these missing persons, and everybody who takes the time to recognize and share their stories and share their images on social media. And again, pray for these individuals, and keep them in your hearts, and never let their stories die or their images, just fade away. And sometimes we have the good news like we have today, and she has been found. Kaylee Jones has been found alive. This is absolutely the best outcome. So, when I do my readings, I always try to explain to everyone that I'm a psychic medium and I can connect with people on the other side. I can connect with people's energy. I can see their energy. And that's one of the ways I do my readings. I also use tarot cards, which I believe are just a tool, the crystals, tools, and the Bible, a tool. And Kaylee's case is a perfect example of how the Bible absolutely brings messages through, and how we can use the Bible to get messages about things in our lives, the energy around us, and how the Bible is here to guide us. So this is just an old one I had laying around the house, but they're all the same. They all work the same. And what I do is I just, connect with the person's energy. I open the Bible, I get a verse that sticks out to me. And for Kaylee's case, the verse was Jeremiah 41:15-3, that the Lord your God may show us the way in which we should walk and the things we should do. And as I had said, during the reading, one of the most important things I was getting throughout this energy was how children, minors, and predators are on certain sites like Omegle, and there's not a lot of monitoring, and there has been criminal cases connected to these sites and people meeting on these sites already, and how we as a society really need to be better at that. And when we look at the Bible verse, it's clear as day, and when we were talking about Kaylee's energy and her being a confused, young, artistic teenage girl going through a move and life changes and, regular teenage girl stuff. And, hoping that she would see, her way back, and that God would be there and her angels would be there to guide her. And that's exactly what happened. And the Bible verse was on point as always. God was on point. And when you use these different tools to get the messages come through. And the Bible verse for her case was just so perfect to the energy. Now, in my reading, I felt a connection to Florida and Georgia, all the way down to the islands of Dominican Republic up to New York. And, I stick with that because that's the energy I felt. But that she was found alive and safe in Georgia is awesome. That's right around the areas that she went missing and that we were looking at. Now, unfortunately, with cases like this, because they're not able to release a lot of detail, we're probably not going to find out a lot of detail unless Kaylee ever came forward and publicly shared her story. A lot of times when these things happen, the family just wants their privacy and they want to heal and they want to move on, and there's nothing wrong with that. So we'll never know, a lot of the intimate details like we would like to. But I know what I felt, I know what I saw, I know what I heard, and I go with what I'm feeling. So I'm going to say again that the fact that she was found alive and safe in one of these states that I was so connected to is awesome. I'm so glad. I kept saying in her reading, in the original reading, how I could not feel her on the other side. Wasn't so sure it was death. Death can be tricky when you're reading in the tarot, that it can be transformation, it could be actual death. We've seen it happen before on this channel with past cases. Um, but also, I could see, you know, lots of people and agencies and like FBI and people working on the investigation. And some of them, I'm still going to say, I get just the vibe of like cricket law enforcement and government, and just organized crime is still in there, criminal records, sex offenders. These kind of energies are all entwined in this case somehow. Um, Either, I kept saying throughout the reading, either she's being human trafficked or some pedo perv, has manipulated her. And he does this regularly, and he's a participant in this terrible world of, you know, sex trafficking children and weird stuff. And but again, I just didn't feel that her energy had like completely crossed over. And when she was found alive, I was so happy about that. Also in her reading, in the energy read, I just didn't feel that the parents were involved. The stepdad's statements were weird. Yes, I feel he's a little shady. But again, you can't really decide and know for sure how you're gonna act and how you're gonna react, in the public eye and to all your emotions and just everything. People all have a different way of processing things. Um, Again, the Omega site, has had connections with predators and crime and minors and, human trafficking. And so turns out, looks like these special agents and law enforcement agencies are all monitoring and communicating throughout this country and throughout this world. And that's great. That is awesome that we found that out and we can see that energy, and, we're getting statements that verify that, as vague as they are. But it's still a risk, and it still needs to be watched and monitored very closely. Not only by law enforcement, but as us as parents and adults and a community. And I'm glad to know that law enforcement is monitoring and watching. The tarot card reading for Kaylee's energy in the past video, it was really showing the cards of slow, steady, good work and small offers and death and change and transformation. And the Wheel of Fortune kept coming up with faded good luck, and justice came through, and lots of child energy, minors and children. And again, I'll point out, and I did in the reading, the site's known for that kind of stuff. A lot of minors on there. But then truth and the Ace of Swords, and, cutting through obstacles and getting truth and seeking and moving on. And death comes through with truth and searching and seeking and crossing over, and the truth coming out more. And again, I kept saying, it could be change. That she sees it for what it is now. Maybe lots of burdens are starting to make her have a different situation and look on the situation and come back home. And then judgment and info from the past was going to be found, and they definitely did all that through their investigation, and found a lot of information. Judgment was in her favor. They did find her alive. Then we had the Eight of Wands with a lot of good news that would come through, and info and the end of delays and surprises that were coming our way, wish fulfillment. And again, towards the end of the reading, I would say, like, if it's not death, it's major change. That death card feels more of major change and going off and seeking and searching, and the end of delays. We had the Queen of Swords, which was a female authority. The head detective on the case was a female. Again, that death card just felt so tricky. It felt more like transformation. And I felt like maybe this case would actually transformate and make transformation and changes towards the laws on these sites. Um, in conclusion to her reading 3 weeks ago was she will be found, and this case of Kaylee's will cause change with the laws in the internet and these sites. Normal teenage stuff that she could get over, and that we could find her and that she can still live a happy, healthy life and heal. Again, kind of point out the Bible verse was so on point. Um, and then the energy just kept coming through. And my opinion of what I felt from the energy was we as a society just need to be better with these social media sites and protecting our children and even each other. Just use it for good. If you're going to be on social media, if you're going to, be a part of it, try to use it for good, put these people's images out there, share these stories, share these videos of these energy reads and tarot card readings on them, because we're on it, guys. And we knew, just like the last video, I knew she'd be found, we knew she'd be found. These messages are real. And I've done about 12 to 15 missing person cases, and I've done some publicly and privately. I have done them with law enforcement. I have done them with victims, family members. We've found 2 girls alive so far. Kaylee is the second girl in all these cases that I have done this for. That we have actually found alive, and that just gives me so much hope. I mean, it makes me want to like cry tears of joy. I am so happy. Haters are gonna hate, and there's people out there that are gonna judge and be real critical and have negative things to say about what I do. And, at the end of the day, when someone comes on this channel and they make rude comments and they say what I'm doing is disrespectful and they say what I'm doing is evil and they say anything negative, just erase it. I block it. I don't even, contribute to that negative energy, because I know that this is God's work and that this is God's messages and that God always wins over evil. And I am here to do nothing but fight evil. So bring it on. I don't care. I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to keep looking for these kids, and I'm never going to be 100% right. And I have never claimed to be. But when we are out there keeping the positive vibes going, being more aware, being more connected to God, understanding this world and what we are truly capable of, and how we can really use all these tools to guide us, you know, that makes all the difference, because in the end, we find Kaylee. We find some of these people and we bring them home and we bring them back and we bring them to their families. And all the people involved do that, from the law enforcement to the family members that won't give up, that continue to report, to the private investigators, to just the people that lay down every day and pray for these kids, to the people like me and all the other psychics and readers out there. I don't hate on any of yous. Please continue to do what you do, and please continue to read the energy and put positive messages out there. And sometimes I don't reveal all of the things that I have seen or known or felt in the information that I get. Sometimes it's just for family members, it's just for the caseworkers. A lot of things you have to be private. So for those that do read, try to remember to be as respectful as you possibly can. Nobody wants to hear terrible things about their child being murdered and stuff. So, but this isn't one of those cases. Today we get to celebrate, and I am here to thank every single one of you and say, we are so lucky today because we found Kaylee and she's coming home and she's alive. And all the bullshit, and I've said it in the other cases, one of the girls that we did find, and her videos are also on my channel in the earlier, beginning of creating this channel. But whatever you're going through, baby girl, whatever it was, the normal teenage stuff, everybody goes through it. Everybody has their issues, their problems. Some people are hiding it. Families don't want to talk about it, but it's so normal. You're so much more normal than you even realize, and you can get over it, and you can live a happy, healthy, meaningful life. And God is always there for you. And there are so many tools on this earth to guide you. And so just know that so many people out there really cared, really were concerned, really kept you in their hearts, in their thoughts, in their prayers, in their minds every day. And that should give us all hope, because we know that most of us are good and most of us want these kids to be found, brought home, and safe. And today we can say that Kaylee Jones is going to be brought home and safe. Thank you all so much. Just every single person out there watches, prays, continues to hope, and just be vigilant, and patient, and keeping the faith, and just raising the vibration, doing what's right. Thank all of you. I really, from the bottom of my heart, thank all of you. And if you're on here watching these videos, if you're a subscriber, I know you're connected to that. And I am so grateful, that you're here with me and that we're going through it. And today, Kaylee came home. So I'm going to throw just some quick cards down. I don't want this reading to be too long. I know y'all don't like writing long readings, but a little choked up, guys, because it's a happy tears, though. It's happy days. Let's see energy around Kaylee now that she's back home and we have found her. Thank you, Jesus, right? Past, present, future energy for Kaylee Jones. Look at that. In the past, what do we have? We have that bondage. We have that evil devil energy coming through, bondage, toxic relationships, toxic people, toxic habits, right? All that stuff that we were talking about that she went through. What do we have in the present? Decisions. Decisions were made, right? Oh my goodness, with the Two of Swords. So decisions being made, battles here, maybe a friend or an ally, it was good direction to go in, balance. Maybe she literally had to fight to get away. We don't know the details of the case. Again, we might never. Maybe it's the duality of all the law enforcement officials and agencies coming together, whatever it is. But, in the present, balance here, decisions here, everything balancing out with the Two of Swords. In the future, we got that Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, happiness. She is found alive. And in the future, just more of that comes through, right? So we're going to have wish fulfillments and, good health and happiness and popularity, and, relationships will be restored and refilling, and, an ease of communication and new flows. And this is the wish fulfillment. Bottom of the deck, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Love will always win, truth will always shine, child energy here. This is great. This is really amazing. And that devil energy here in the past is in the past, right? So that bondage, that toxic relationship, that toxic situation has now come to an end here with that World card. See what she went through in the past. This cycle is completed now with the World card. That's what we want to see. And some good luck comes along with that World card. And here it is, right? Awesome. Again, comes the sun. The sun's not going away this time, right? That's awesome. So back to that balance, back to that decision making, the Two of Swords here, maybe she had to fight, maybe they had to fight, maybe it was all of these people and agencies and everything fighting, right? Brought in the energy of balance here in the present. And there's lots of confusion here. There's lots of choices. There's lots of emotions. But we're going to have some confusion because we don't have a lot of information being released, right? Like they told us that it's a sensitive case. Like they're like, we can't talk about it right now. Like, okay, so here comes the confusion with the bottom of the deck. It's the Eight of Pentacles work. So you know what? They could still be working on the case. Well, I guess they did say it was still an active investigation, but like working on, you know, the details of it, maybe finally prosecuting someone or finding other people or who knows. But there's work going into the situation here in the present. So some balance comes in, some confusion, lots of choices. Putting in the work comes in, all in the present. Sounds about right. One more. And there is some deception right here with the Seven of Swords. So there are some liars, there are some thieves, there is somebody trying to cut and run, there is someone not telling the truth here. Look at that with the Seven of Swords. Let's move this up. Let's move Kaylee up a little bit. Uh-huh. Deception, lies, deceit. Something's happening here. Bottom of the deck, we got the High Priestess, Virgin Mary coming through. Yeah, she's there for you. Pray to her, Kaylee. She'll help you. She'll guide you. And at the same time, secrets are revealed. Mother intuition energy here. Secrets revealed. Secrets will come out when the Virgin Mary's around with the High Priestess card. Expect some secrets. Seen both heaven and hell. Work walks on both sides here. And we got that deception, that liar, that thief, that bad energy here with the Seven of Swords. Let's verify who or what is the Seven of Swords. Something about the offer. Could be the offer was not real. Imagine that. Could also be that now that there's been all this deception, the universe is going to come down, give that couple love, that new beginning. Right? The sun kept coming up earlier, and you gotta keep saying, love will always win, truth will always shine. Like, love wins over this deception and, lies and betrayal and terrible energy that the Seven of Swords brings. That sneaky motherfucker. Well, the universe is going to come in and bring that cup of love. So that's a new beginning. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. Again, seeking. Oh, leave the past behind. Don't be afraid to leave the past behind, Kaylee. Like, it's okay. Enjoy the new beginnings, because what do you have here in the future? After the universe comes down and brings this couple of this new beginning, everything working out here, over this deception, over all this confusion, over these battles, over this crazy balance and a lot of mental anxiety here, just combined with emotions. But all affairs of the heart will prosper with this Ace of Cups, new beginning, start of love, inspiration, creativity, good. And in the future, well, we move on to more of that energy with the Nine of Cups. We definitely have that happiness, that wish fulfillment. She's home. She's alive. The details of the other stuff can be worked out. This is all we hope for. So the wish fulfillment is there. New ideas also coming in quick. Look at that with the Knight of Swords. Y'all can barely see it. All right, let me move. So with the Knight of Swords, information. Someone coming in quick again. Could be a liar though, especially with that Seven of Swords. Could be a friend or an ally. Bottom of the deck, we got Six of Swords. Traveling into calmer waters. Maybe even astro traveling. Let's see here. Verify this Knight of Swords in the future. Look, the sun is back. So I'm going to say it's a friend or an ally or it's some kind of good news coming through here. Some kind of messenger because the sun is back. And at the end of the day, love will always win. Truth will always shine. The sun is here. And the sun's here to shine bright. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands. waiting for your ships to come in, they always say, knowing better things are on the horizon. The card of good luck here. Three people could be involved. This could just be the family dynamic, right? The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, the mom, the dad, the child, Three of Wands, card of luck. Your ships will come in. Current worries will resolve. You may just need a little more patience. You can be reassured. Troubles are coming to an end and good times are ahead. Lots of good luck. This is so amazing. Look at this. The King of Swords comes through. So, authority. Again, the head detective on this case. In the earlier reading, we kept coming up with the Queen of Swords, but now here we have the King of Swords. She might take it into full King of Swords mode. Either way, authority, judges, policemen, private investigators, lawyers, people that run the numbers, truth, intuition, intelligence, truth, transformation, all coming in with the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it looks so good, Kaylee. Enjoy your life, baby girl. Mistakes happen, things happen. Who cares? We all live through it. We all go through it. Everybody out here is really fucked up. They're just hiding it better. Some are, some aren't. Don't let them fool you. You can overcome it, whatever it is. And the autism and, being the teenager and just boys and just life, you can overcome it. And you have so many people out here hoping, praying, wishing, wanting everything for you. And the universe is going to bring it to you. So thank you so much, every single person who continues to watch, share those stories, keep the energy alive, pray all the time, raise the vibration, do something good for each other, hold your kids tighter, and just know, guys, we found one. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will talk again soon. Bye.